Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Emotional intelligence, journaling your emotions for 2 weeks. Yuck. Have you ever, as a mentor or a protege, realized, oh, there's negative emotions I had that gets in the way? Probably everybody, right? If you're in relationships with people. Over the past couple of weeks, as I've been working on this contest speech, I realized that being that challenging protege was because I had no emotional intelligence. The definition of emotional intelligence is the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. Tonight I'm going to tell my story again about the perseverance of a mentor from that perspective of emotional intelligence. Several years ago, I wanted to start a health and wellness business. I researched this company that I wanted to align myself with. I went to the first event. I met Betty, this lady who was way up in the company at a level I can only dream of ever achieving. She was a former school teacher. She gave this beautiful presentation of the full picture of health and wellness that was inspiring. Instead of trying to sell products to the people, she empowered them with tools that they could take home and put into place in their lives for the better. She was inspiring. She made it fun. And more importantly, this was a presentation I could do. She became my mentor. She taught me how to mentor other people and build a business by making herself available to me with her time, her talents. Even through the darkest period of our family, going through a bankruptcy and a home foreclosure, Betty was there telling me, Laurie, you're better than this. This is temporary. You're going to get through this. She could see in me that potential that I couldn't see in myself. Even with a health crisis, when I had to take a step back from the business, she was there on my healing journey, encouraging me. When I came out, back, started building again after that healing crisis, I came in back to the relationship with my bloated nothingness ego. This was where I realized emotional intelligence is a key factor in your relationships with your mentor, as a protege, with everybody. I stopped listening to Betty. I stopped going to her for advice. I stopped trying to build goals with her. If you're not getting mentoring from somebody else, how can you mentor another person? The people in our business started to leave. And never once did I ask myself, oh, could it have been something I did or didn't do? Instead, it was, oh no, they just didn't want to build the business and do the work. I even went so far as to say bootless things to Betty that were inappropriate. And she reminded me that we had become friends through that process. Even still, after she apologized to me for not being there enough as a mentor, I left the company thinking, I don't need her mentoring. I don't need that support system. I know so much. It did not take long for me to learn the hard way. I was wrong. This was where I realized, oh, that emotional intelligence thing. If I want to be successful, I better be able to connect with other people. And I had to humble myself. And I had to go back to that company because I realized I needed them if I wanted to be successful at what I was doing. And more importantly, I needed Betty as a mentor. I asked the company if they'd take me back, and they did with open arms. Who does that? I went to Betty and I apologized for what I had said. She said, Laurie, you have always been kind. You've never said things that were hurtful. And I realized if she could put our past behind us and start over again, I could too. She was teaching me emotional intelligence. She was teaching me patience. She was teaching me perseverance just by being a class act mentor of all the mentors I had in my life. Betty, she's the top because she's been there the last 8 years encouraging me, even when things were really bad. There's 2 thoughts I want to leave with you tonight. As a protege, listen to your mentor. They're trying to help you because they care about you. You're on that journey toward a common goal. Take their expertise. Let that friendship evolve between the two of them. Respect them, respect their time. And as a mentor, have patience with even that most challenging protege like I was, because through that process, you teach them patience. You're going to teach them emotional intelligence, as Betty has taught me. It's through that perseverance of a mentor that makes